This is the RPINT E500 electric bike, and I've been riding it for 6 months across city streets, gravel paths, a bit of beach access, and a couple of snowy mornings. I bought it because I wanted something with real power and range without jumping up to a full-on electric motorcycle. Right away, I'll say the name E500 can be confusing online because a bunch of different bikes use it. But this one from RPINT is the fat tire, 20-inch, high-torque model with a removable 48-volt 18-hour battery and a 7-speed drivetrain. That's the setup I'm talking about here. Key features that sold me were the big removable battery, the punchy motor, and the fat 4-inch tires. The battery is listed at 48-volt 18-hour, which works out to roughly 864 kWh, and that's a serious amount of energy for an e-bike. It pops out with a key, which matters because the bike itself is heavy. The motor is marketed as a 1,000-watt peak. From my experience, that sounds right. Torque off the line is strong, and hills don't phase it the way they do on mid-range e-bikes. The 20-inch wheels with fat rubber are what give it that stuck-to-the-ground feeling on loose surfaces. I've run lower pressures on gravel and in light snow, and it tracked securely without washing out. The frame is high-carbon steel, so it's stout and confidence-inspiring, but there's no pretending it's lightweight. When I first got it, I was a little skeptical about the mixed specs I saw on different listings. Some said different top speeds and different range numbers. Out on the road, my numbers settled into a believable window. On pure throttle, riding mostly flat roads with a couple of short climbs, I average around 20 to 25 miles per charge. Using pedal assist, staying mostly in the middle assist level, I get about 28 to 42 miles depending on headwinds, temperature, and how often I stop and start. If I keep speeds modest and pedal a bit, it stretches. If I push it hard on throttle, it shrinks. That's normal. Charge time with the included charger is about 5 to 6 hours for me, which lines up with the description. Top speed is where marketing gets noisy. My bike shipped with a speed limit set in the display. With the limit where it came, I was capped around 20. After changing the settings in the display menu to the higher limit, I see an indicated 28 to 31 miles per hour on flat ground with me at about 180 pounds and mild wind. That's quick enough to feel moped-like. In my opinion, 30 plus on small 20-inch wheels is plenty fast, so I keep it closer to mid-20s for comfort and safety, and I always stay within local rules. The ride character is very stable. The weight, the small wheels, and the fat tires add up to a planted feel. On pavement, that means crosswinds don't toss it around. On gravel, it holds a line nicely and doesn't ping off small rocks. The front suspension fork on mine takes the edge off potholes and curbs, and the fat tires do most of the comfort work. I've seen some listings mention rear suspension. My unit has a basic rear shock that helps a bit, but the tires are the star. The seat is padded well enough for an hour, but if I'm staying out longer, I throw on padded shorts or switch to a saddle I like better. Noise-wise, the brushless motor hums, but it's quiet enough that I hear tire noise more than motor noise at speed. Braking on my bike is handled by mechanical disc brakes front and rear. They stop the bike reliably, but you do need a firm pull, and I've adjusted the cables twice in 6 months to keep the bike where I want it. Hydraulic brakes would feel smoother, but I can't complain about the actual stopping power. Shifting across the 7-speed cassette is fine after a quick tune-up. Out of the box, I had to tweak the limit screws and cable tension to get crisp shifts into the highest gear. That took a few minutes, and it's been solid since. The display is simple and readable in daylight. I get speed, assist level, battery bars, and an odometer. There are 3 assist levels on my unit. Low is good for conserving battery and cruising bike paths. Medium feels like the sweet spot for mixed traffic. High is where hills vanish and speeds jump. I like that I can ride it like a bicycle with assist, or just use the throttle when I'm tired. For commuting stoplights and short hops around town, throttle only is convenient. For longer rides, pedal assist saves the battery and makes range predictable. Now the elephant in the room is weight. Mine is a little over 80 pounds without accessories. It rides great once it's rolling, but lifting it onto a standard car rack is not fun solo. Stairs are a no-go for me, and tight hallway turns are awkward. The removable battery saves the day here because I can leave the bike in the garage and bring the battery inside to charge. If you live in a walk-up or plan to transport it on a lightweight rack, this is something to think about. I treat it like a small moped in terms of storage and handling off the bike. Build quality has been solid. The steel frame feels bomb-proof, the paint has held up to a few rubs and a drizzle or two, and the connectors are tidy. I've ridden in light rain with no electrical hiccups, though I don't hose it down or submerge anything. The included headlight is bright enough for neighborhood speeds. For dark back roads, I added a brighter bar light and a separate rear light. The fenders are plastic and they rattle a bit on rough surfaces. I tightened the hardware and added a small rubber shim, which quieted them down. The kickstand is sturdy, but I learned to park it on level ground because the bike's mass can overwhelm a soft patch of dirt. One thing that made me more comfortable was seeing UL 2849 on the documentation. Batteries are the thing I'm most cautious about with e-bikes, and this mark signals that the electrical system has gone through third-party safety testing. In my opinion, that's more meaningful than any top speed claim. I still charge it in a ventilated area, don't leave it on the charger overnight, and store the battery at a partial charge if I won't ride for a while. It's just good practice. It's perfect for riders who want a strong, stable, fat tire e-bike that feels close to a light moped without the hassle of registration in many areas. If your rides include mixed surfaces, short stretches of sand or snow, or uneven city streets, the tires and torque make it feel easy. From my experience, the sweet spot is suburban or rural riders with a garage or ground-level storage who want a reliable commuter during the week and a trail explorer on weekends. I'd recommend this for folks who weigh under the 300-pound limit, are comfortable handling a heavy bike, and want the flexibility of throttle and pedal assist with a big, removable battery. If you're brand new to e-bikes, the power and weight can be intimidating at first. The good news is the assist levels make it manageable. Start in the lowest assist, get a feel for the brakes, and give yourself a couple of rides to learn how it steers at low speed. If you need something to carry upstairs or hang on a light-duty rack, this isn't the right tool. If you're picky about brake feel, consider budgeting for a hydraulic upgrade down the road. And if you plan to ride at night, add a brighter rear light to round out the safety kit. In my opinion, the RPINT E500's biggest strengths are the battery capacity, the torque, and the confident ride on rougher surfaces. The trade-offs are weight, mechanical brake feel, and a little rattle from the plastic bits unless you spend a few minutes tightening things. My range has been dependable after I learned how assist level and speed affect it. The motor has stayed strong and quiet, and the drivetrain only needed normal adjustments. I appreciate that I can charge the battery off the bike and that I don't worry about the electrical safety side. In conclusion, this bike sits in that space between bicycle and moped, and it embraces that identity. It's not the lightest or the most nimble, but it is powerful, stable, and genuinely fun. If that's what you're after, it delivers. If you want something you can shoulder upstairs, you'll be happier with a lighter, smaller battery model. I'm keeping mine because it does exactly what I bought it for: quick commuting, weekend exploring, and dependable range without stress. I'll leave the details about the RPINT E500 electric bike in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.